So today we'll be covering order of operations, and all order of operations is what operations do you have to use: multiply, divide, add, or subtract, in the order in which you do them. So we like to use something called PEMDAS to help us remember what we need to do. The P says please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It's kind of the little mnemonic thing we use to remember. The P stands for parentheses. The E stands for exponents. The M stands for multiply. The D stands for divide. The A stands for addition. S stands for subtraction. So we first start doing when we're doing a math problem, we do everything in parentheses. Then we do what's in an exponent. Then we do multiplying and dividing together. Then we do addition and subtraction together. So step one would be for a problem, if we had a problem, you do everything that's in parentheses first, then you do your exponents, you multiply and divide, then you add and subtract. So parentheses, the P here stands for parentheses, and that would be 3 plus 5 plus 7. So parentheses, you would do what's in parentheses first. And for an exponent, so let's say if you had this problem, 2 squared plus 5 minus 7 times 8. Your very first thing you would do would be what's the exponent. You would do 2 squared. So multiply and divide. So if you have a problem, 3 plus 4 times 5, and what does that equal? You wouldn't actually do 3 plus 4 is 7 times 5. We wouldn't do that. What we would do, we multiply first. We do 4 times 5 is 20, then we do 3 plus 20. So same thing with division. So we multiply and divide, then we add and subtract. So add 3 plus 5, subtract 5 minus 3. So let's do the two examples in order of operations on page 322. So I'm on page 322, example 1. So let's write PEMDAS real quick. PEMDAS. Alright, so we know this is parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. So do we see anything, our first step, do we see anything that's in parentheses? And I see something in parentheses right here. So the first step is to do what's in parentheses. So if we did that, 3 plus 5 is really 8. So let's rewrite this. 8 squared over 4 plus 3 minus 1. And you might be thinking, well, this is in parentheses, but there's nothing in it. We just have minus 1. If it was minus 1 plus 5, we could do something. So we can't do that. So let's put a check mark, we've done what's in parentheses. Next one, exponents. Do we see anything where 2 or 3 or a number is up? And we see here 8 squared. So what is 8 squared? 8 squared means we take the base number 8 and we multiply it 2 times. So 8 times 8 is 64. So we have 64 divided by 4 plus 3. Alright, so we've done what's our exponents. Now we do multiplying and dividing together. So we start from the left of our problem and we read it and we go right. We have 64 divided by 4 plus 3 times negative 1. So do we have any multiplying? Do we have a division? What's 64 divided by 4? So that's 16. And we have plus, and this is really just saying 3 times negative 1. So what's that? That is negative 3. Alright? So we've done our multiply and divide. We can do them at the same time. Then we have add or subtract. So we're not done yet, but we see, are there any addition or subtraction? We have 16 plus a negative 3. So what does that equal? So that would be, we add the negative 3, and then we have 13. So our answer here is 13. So we finished that, and that's how we do our problem. So first thing we did was we did what was in parentheses, we did what was squared, we divided, we multiplied, and we waited to the very end when we added. So that's example 1. Example 2 is 15 plus 25 divided by 2 times 5 plus 6. So our first step is to do what? PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. So it says perform the operation above and below the fraction bar. So first we have to do what, this is our fraction bar here. Alright, so we have parentheses, we don't have anything in parentheses, so we're good on that. Exponents, no. Multiply or divide, so we know that this bar right here means divide, so we're going to have to get this number and divide it by this number. And for us to do that, we actually have to add them. So 25 plus 15 is what? It's 40. And 2 times 5 is 10 plus 6. Alright, so now let's look at this problem. We do multiplying and dividing. So whatever we see first we can do. So do we have any multiplying here? No. Do we have any division? So 40 divided by 10. We know that's 4. And do we have, so that's good, we did multiply and divide. So we have 40 plus 6. So now we're allowed to add and subtract. So add and subtract. So we can add 4 plus 6 and equals 10. So our answer is 10. So that's it for orders of operation. Today our flag of the day is Honduras.